Well, about 4 or 5 years ago, a friend of mine, John Latey, said to me, you know, nobody's ever flown a microlight to the South Pole. And I said, John, there's a good reason for that. Anyway, he's a persistent devil, as many of you all know. You know John, and he kept on and he kept on, and we eventually caved in and said, okay, well, let's give it a go. And 3 years ago, we kicked it off, and you know, we're nearly there. Another year to go, but it's starting to look good now. I have, well, bizarrely, I'm the leader of the expedition. I actually can't, I haven't got my pilot's license yet, and I'm learning to fly. But I have been to Antarctica quite a few times, and I'm a mountaineer for many, many years, so that's where my role really fits in. But the flying, it's fantastic. I was really taken to it. It's just another dimension which I'd never really thought about exploring before, but I love it, and it's a real challenge technically, and with my coordination as well, so I find that a little bit of a challenge, but I'm sure we'll get there in the end. Well, the first flight was, it came about in a rush moment really. We were at the end of the evening at Kemble. Everybody else had been up, and I was hanging around, and Mike Oakley, who was the instructor there, said, well, I've got one more slot, and the person that was due wasn't able to fly, so I went in. So it was a bit of a surprise, but it was fantastic. Beautiful evening, nice and warm, clear, and we had a lovely flight around the Cotswolds, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, our biggest challenge has been trying to raise the money, and that's still an ongoing challenge. So it's most of my time is spent trying to raise sponsorship, go around and then coordinate everybody. We've got some fantastic people helping us. I've never ceased to be amazed by how much people are willing to give and help the trip. But it's trying to coordinate all the bits going together, and thank God for the internet and mobile phones, otherwise we wouldn't be able to do that. But yeah, it's trying to keep all the moving parts going in roughly the same direction at the same time. I think once we're in Antarctica, it will be the easy bit, to tell you the truth, because getting everything coordinated and getting the money's been the hard bit. Yeah, clearly there's quite a few risks with this, and it's a technical challenge. That's why nobody's done it before. It's a logistical challenge, and then we've got the guys who, you know, are on the battleback side of the project as well, and how they're going to cope. So yeah, there are a whole host of worries, but I think what we're endeavouring to do is to make sure we're as well prepared as we can be and minimise those risks. So when we get there, hopefully it won't be straightforward and there will be problems, but we're going to be able to overcome those in a reasonable manner. We've got a great team, some fantastic people on it, and that's not just the teams going to Antarctica, that's the wider team who's supporting us as well. We've got some great backers, people help us from everything from the legal side all the way through to instructors for the microlights. Great team, and in terms of the guys from the battleback side of things, yeah, they're fantastic. I never cease to be amazed by their enthusiasm and what they can do despite their disabilities. They're awesome and quite an inspiration.